Let's take a look on how to create a count loop in Alice to fill an array with random whole numbers and then say those numbers. First, we'll create an array of whole numbers and use the default values. So drag up variable. In our insert variable dialog box, we will leave it as a variable. Our value type will be whole numbers. We will check the is array box. We're going to name it number sense. And we're going to use the default values. So we do need to add 6 of them. And there we go. We've created our array. It will be indexed from 0 to 5, and it will have 6 elements. Next, we need to create a variable to control the reading of the array data structure and increment the index to get to the next item. So we'll drag up variable. We're going to call ours count. It will be a variable. It's going to be a whole number. Named it count. And we're going to leave it at its default value. Now we're ready to create our loop. So let's drag up a count. We're going to count up to numbersense.length. The variable name for the length of the array, in this case numbersense.length, is created for you when you do the original array creation. This is the actual length, the number of data items in the array. Once the numbersense.length value is reached, the loop will no longer operate. If you try to access an item outside the array length, you will get an out of bounds error. Additionally, using the length to control the number of times the loop is executed allows for adding more into the array if needed, by increasing only the number of positions in the original default array. So now we're ready to replace the default values in our numbersense array with random integers. So inside my count loop, I need to drag my numbersense variable in. And we just need to stick some default values in here so that we can replace them. So inside the array operator right now we have 0, but we want to change that to our count variable because it is going to represent the index position. And for our assignment, instead of the 0, we want to use random, and we're going to use next random integer from 0 up to, excluding. And we're going to use 100 because we don't want anything bigger than 100. Or we don't want anything bigger than 99, actually. So now we're going to have one of our bipeds actually say what's inside our array. So I'm going to drag a say statement for Pumpkinhead into my count loop. And we're going to do a custom string. And we're going to write the number is. To that, we want to concatenate. So we are going to concatenate the number is to a whole number. We're going to find our array, which is numbersense, and inside of numbersense we want count. Okay, and let's add a little duration so that we can actually read that. So we'll add a duration of 2. I'm going to save, and let's take a look at what we've got so far. So here's the array. He says 9, the number is 80, the number is 94, the number is 96, the number is 51, the number is 90. And that is how to create a count loop using an array and to fill it with random numbers.